Hello everyone, Phoenix Knight here. Welcome to the channel, and welcome to a new playthrough on the channel. With a little bit of extra time today, and me on something of a baseball kick, and I already got my APBA Baseball video posted for the day, we're going to continue that baseball kick as we come back to Payoff Pitch Baseball from Sideline Strategy Games. Just like the name and my current kick both suggest, this is another baseball simulator. I'm working on something of a comparison project for several games I've acquired, for several baseball simulators I've acquired, whether through buying full seasons or from samples from Jester. I'm eventually going to make a full video comparing the games I've gotten: Payoff Pitch, Season Ticket, APBA, Triple Play, and Inside Pitch. The last two I didn't realize I had from that delivery from Jester until he told me to look inside the boxes. I since have picked up several. Actually, I didn't realize I had season ticket samples either until Jester told me to look in the boxes from that same delivery. Anyway, in tonight's video, we have a matchup from 1991 lined up for you this time, so let's move over to the main game area and set that up. From 1991, we have the Montreal Expos in Pittsburgh to visit the Pirates. Let's take a look at our starting lineups. First up for Montreal, who's the visiting team tonight. We will have Delino DeShields at second base. Marquise Grissom is in right field. Ivan Calderon is in the left. Tim Wallach is at third base. Andres Galarraga is at first. Dave Martinez is in center field. Nelson Santovenia is catching. Spike Owen is at shortstop. And our starting pitcher for Montreal is Oil Can Boyd, who had a pretty good year, it looks like, in 91. Pitched a complete game. Actually, he was 6-8 with a 3.52 ERA. 120 innings pitched, 40 walks, and 82 strikeouts. That's Oil Can Boyd. Now the Pirates are home team tonight. They have Gary Varsho at first base, Jay Bell at shortstop, Andy Van Slyke is in center field, Bobby Bonilla is in right field, Barry Bonds is in left, a very young Barry Bonds, Jeff King at third base, Mike Lavalier is catching. Jose Lind is at second base. And pitching for the Pirates tonight, we have Zane Smith. We've got quite a lot of endurance in this game tonight. So we're all set there. And I think with nothing else crazy, I'm going to track outs by actually writing on the dry erase board. I've never shown this board, but this is a dry erase board. You've probably seen the magnets here. That's the feature I use the most, but I'm going to test out the dry erase to help me track the outs tonight. So, with that said, we're live in Pittsburgh, and it's time, once again, to play ball. Zane Smith will finish his warm-up tosses on the mound, getting ready for the start of the game, as Delino DeShields will step into the box for the Expos. We're not going to go through all of his... Actually, he's had a total of 10 homers, it looks like, in 1991. So an at-bat in this game is going to be resolved by rolling 2d6 different colored, and 2d6 are the same color, 2d10 that are different colors. I'm going to use blue as my 10s digit, white as the 1s. The 2d6 will come off the pitcher card, the D100 will come off the batter card. So, Delino DeShields is waiting for the offering from Smith. Smith will look in at Lavalier for the sign and the pitch. An aid will be an in-play. That's an 81, I believe. That was a bit cocked, but we'll call it an 81. I don't think the result will be different either way. So the 2d6 are going to be tough. In this case, it's in play. Then the 81 comes off of DeShields' card on the in play, except there's no 81, so we go to the out. That will be a fly ball to center field, where Van Slyke will wait for it. He'll squeeze it and we'll get the first out of the inning. And with that, we are underway here at Three Rivers Stadium. The next batter will be Marquise Grissom, who had 6 homers in 1991. Smith waits for the sign from Lavalier and the pitch. This time it's a tough 55. So tough 55 against the lefty. That'll be just a touch too high. 55 will be a ground ball to third base. where King will wait for that. He'll flip it over to first, and they'll get the easy 5-3 put out. Just like that, 2 away for Ivan Calderon, who will be stepping into the batter's box. 19 homers in 1991. Smith will wait for the sign, and here's the pitch. 8 is an in-play 38. In-play 38 is going to be just a touch too high against the lefty. That'll be popped out to short, where Bell will wait for that. He'll squeeze it, and the Pirates will get a nice quick 1-2-3 inning to start the game. And the Pirates will now come to bat in the bottom of the first, as the Expos aren't able to get anything happening. Oil Can Boyd will step to the mound to finish his warm-up tosses, as Gary Varsho steps into the batter's box with only 4 homers. But they were all against right-handed pitching, so we'll see what Varsho's able to do with the first offering from Boyd. Here's the pitch. Try to pull that out. 6 is a tough 9. Tough 9 against a righty. Varsho's going to sit down swinging at a curveball just on the outside corner. 1 away, and that'll bring Jay Bell up to the plate, who had 16 homers, 10 of which were against righties in 1991. Boyd looks in at Santo Vania for the sign, and here's the pitch. 5. I was meaning to track this, but I've been just so into the flow that I didn't bother. But a 5 on Boyd is going to be an in-play 16. In-play 16 against the righty. That'll be enough for a single. So Bell will get on with a 1-out single. And that will bring Andy Van Slyke to the plate. 17 homers in 91, 13 of which were against right-handed pitching. Let me see if I can find the steal chart, because I haven't done... Stealing's one thing I kind of wanted to work on a little bit more in some of these games. So I've got the get a jump chart. We'll see if he can get the jump. Boyd's a hold of 10, though, which means he looks like he was terrible at, actually, jump rating, hold rating of a 10. Jay Bell is a steal of a 4. Let me see if I can find the steal chart here. That's the one thing I don't like about payoff pitch, is the charts can be a little cumbersome to use. See if I can find I'm still trying to find the steal chart here. Here we go. The catcher's arm he'd be challenging Santo Vania's arm of a 3. That would be an F3, but I don't think he's going anywhere. So Smith will look at nope, we're not going to worry about stealing in this game. I don't think there's going to be much of that going on anyway. Smith will look in at Santo Vania for the sign, and here's the pitch. 3 is a ballpark check already. Wallach's a righty. 60 will be an in-play check, so we'll re-roll the 2D10 for those. So this is an in-play. 67 will be a ground ball to second base. So double play of an 8 and a 7. On the 2D6, a 7 or less is a double play. And the Pirates, wait. Andy Van Slyke, it's actually a 5 or less, so they won't get it. But they will throw Bell out at second. So that'll be a fielder. That'll be an unassisted 4 fielder's choice. Van Slyke will reach on the fielder's choice for 2 out. That'll bring Bobby Bonilla up to the plate. He had 18 homers in 1991, and he's going to bat righty against Oil Can Boyd. Need all 4 dice. Oil Can Boyd will wait for the sign and the pitch. 10 is an in-play 7. In-play 7, Bonilla's going to end up with a double. So let's see what happens on the double on the fast action cards. Opposite field shot to left field and right field. Van Slyke will come in to score. So that'll be a double for Bonilla. As the Pirates draw first blood in this game and take an early 1-0 lead. Stadium cheers. Yay! Hopefully they've already matched the score that the Devil Rays pulled out earlier this morning in APBA. That'll bring Barry Bonds up to the plate, who had 25 homers in 1991, 18 of which were against right-handed pitching. Of course, he's a lefty. Boyd is looking a little bit nervous after giving up the one-out double. Actually, it's a two-out double. I've not been paying attention to that. I'm not going to bother with this. I thought I was going to use it, but I'm not. I'm paying attention to the score sheet just fine off shot. But Boyd will look in at Santovenia for the sign, and here's the pitch. 7 is going to be a tough 54. Tough 54 for Bonds. He's against right-handed pitching. The 54 is going to be too high to do anything with that. That'll be a ground ball over to third, where Wallach will grab that, and he'll get it over to first for the nice easy put out, and will retire the side, but not before Boyd gives up a couple of hits in the inning, and ends up with the Pirates up 1-0. Bonilla goes there, Bonds, okay. Now that we've got that figured out, we're into the top of the second now, and the heart of Montreal's order will be due up next. Smith will finish up his warm-up tosses to get ready for the top of the second, as Tim Wallach will step in. He had 13 homers, 8 of which were against right-handed pitching, but of course he's facing Zane Smith, the lefty. Smith looks in on Lavalier for the sign, and here's the pitch. 9 is an in-play 17. An in-play 17 against the lefty. Wallach's going to end up with a single, so he'll reach first on a somewhat easy single. Doesn't really matter where that goes with the bases empty. Either way, it gets out. The fast action cards don't come into play until you got runners on base, at least for the details on the single. Andres Galarraga will step into the batter's box with 9 homers in 91, 6 of which came against left-handed pitching. So there's a temptation to bunt to try to get the run over, but he's not that good a bunter. He's going to swing away. Smith looks in for the sign and the pitch. 8 will be an in-play 43. I think in-play against the lefty is too high. 43, yep, that'll be too high. That'll be a ground ball to first. Let's see if they can turn the double play. Let's see, that's an 8 versus a 7. A 7 or less on 2d6. That'll be a double play. No. So Wallach will be thrown out at first as Galarraga reaches on the fielder's choice. Actually, Galarraga will reach, like I said, on the fielder's choice. So that'll be a 3-4 putout. Fielder's choice. One away as Galarraga reaches. Dave Martinez up next. He had 7 homers, all of which were against right-handed pitching. So let's see what Smith is able to do with this one. Here's the pitch. 3 is a ballpark check with a 40. Against the left-handed batter, that's an in-play check. So let's see what Martinez does with the in-play check. A 70 is probably going to be too high. That'll be grounded to short. Another chance at an inning-ending double play. Except it'll be a lot harder to do with Martinez, who doesn't ground into a lot of double plays. This needs to be a 5 or less on 2d6. That's an 8. So Galarraga will now be thrown out on a fielder's choice, and that'll be a 6-4 fielder's choice as he reaches, as Martinez will reach, and 2 away. That'll bring Nelson, that should be 6 who's on. That'll bring Nelson Santovenia to the plate, who had 2 homers in 1991, both of which were against left-handed pitching. Smith trying to work around a leadoff single and a couple of fielder's choices. Let's see what he's able to do with the pitch to Santovenia. 10 is a patient 50. Is he patient enough against a lefty? Not quite. That's going to get skied. That's going to be grounded to third. That's going to be grounded to third where King will wait for that. He'll flip it over to Varsho at first. That'll be an easy ground out to end the inning. So a leadoff single, a couple of fielder's choices, and the Expos can't do anything with that. Score will remain 1-0 Pittsburgh. As Pittsburgh now comes to bat in the bottom of the second, we've got Jeff King up first, who had 4 homers in 1991. Oil Can Boyd will wait for the sign from Santovenia, and here's the pitch. 9 is going to be a tough 4. If that's anything other than a strikeout, I will be very surprised. And tough 4 against a righty, yep. That will be... Boyd will rear back and blow the heat by him. 1 away will bring Mike Lavaliere up to the plate. 3 homers, all of which were against right-handed pitching. Boyd hoping for a little bit more of that heat. Here's the pitch. Oop. We'll re-roll that D6 because it's coming out. I can't get... Okay. 4 is going to be a patient 7. Against a righty, Lavaliere will be patient enough to work a walk out of that. He'll reach with 1 out. And that'll bring Jose Lind up to the plate with 3 homers in 91, 2 of which were against lefties. Boyd hoping for a good pitch as are the faithful at Three Rivers Stadium. Boyd looks in and here's the pitch. 8 is a patient 27. Unfortunately, the only person patient here is Lind against a righty. He'll work a single out of that. Let's see what Lavaliere can do with that. Actually, they were hoping for a good at-bat. So that's a single. Ball blooping into right field. So that'll be a bloop single where Grissom won't be able to get to that. Runner on first advances 1 base. So he'll end up at second. He'll go first to third. Lavaliere will go first to third. Lind will reach with a 1-out single. And that'll be Zane Smith coming up to the plate. He batted off card 9. Don't know what his batting stats were. We can't see that. Boyd hoping not to do anything crazy with the pitcher. There's a temptation to hit to bunt to try to advance Lind over to second. But with the runner on third, it's probably not a good idea. So they're going to have him swing away, see if he can help out his own cause. Boyd will look in and wait for the pitch. 7 is going to be a tough 91. Maybe swinging was a bad idea because that's a ground ball to... That'll be a ground ball to short, where Owen will wait for that. Let's see, a 6 or a 9. A 9 or a 6 or less, and it'll be a double play. It's the lesser of the two that gets checked, right? Let me just double check that. I believe it's... Use the lower. Okay, so 6 or less and it's a double play. That is a double play. So Smith is going to ground that over to short. Smith will ground that over where Owen will be waiting for it. He'll move it over to DeShields. DeShields will flip it over to Galarraga. That'll be a 6-4-3 inning-ending double play. As the Pirates get a couple men on but strand them both. So the score will remain 1-0 Pittsburgh through 2. Top of the third next, and we've got the bottom of Montreal's order due up next. Smith finishing up his warm-up tosses as he nurses a 1-0 lead in the top of the third. Spike Owen will come up to the plate for the first time. 3 homers in 91, 2 of which were against righties. Smith looks in at Lavaliere for the sign, and here's the pitch. 6 will be a tough 8. That should be a strikeout, and it is. That would have been a strikeout on either side. That'll be a swinging strike 3, as his curveball's working 1 away. Oil Can Boyd comes up to the plate next. Smith is sitting pretty right now, nursing a 1-0 lead. Boyd waits for the offering, and here it comes. I'm going to re-roll the D6s because they're... Alright, 6 is going to be a tough 85. Tough 85 will be grounded over to short, where Bell will grab that, flip it over to first, and that'll be an easy 6-3 putout. 2 away. That'll bring us back to the top of Montreal's order. As DeShields is 0 for 1, he flew out his first time up. Smith hoping for a nice easy inning, so here comes the pitch. 4 is going to be a tough 33. Tough 33 against the lefty. DeShields is going to strike out swinging to end the inning. So 1, 2, 3 go the Expos And after 2.5, still 1-0 Pittsburgh. Boyd finishes up his warm-up tosses and waits for Gary Varsho to step into the batter's box to start the top of the third. He struck out swinging his first time up. Boyd looks for the sign, and here's the pitch. 8 is a patient 71. I don't think he's that patient. Nope, he'll ground that over to short, where Owen will grab that, move it over to first, and that'll be one away right away. One away off the bat. Jay Bell coming up next. He had a single his first time up. Boyd wants a 1-2-3 inning of his own. Here's the pitch. Pull that through. 8 will be a patient 33. Bell is going to work a single out of that. Bell will reach with a 1-out single. So now 2 for 2 with 2 singles. Okay, that'll bring Andy Van Slyke up to the plate. He reached on a fielder's choice back in the first. Boyd waits for the sign, and here's the pitch. 5 will be an in-play 37. In-play 37 against a righty is going to be just a bit too high. That will be grounded right back to the pitcher. 6-5. 5 or less, Montreal gets out of the inning with a double play. They will get out of the inning. So Boyd will turn around, fire it to second, where DeShields will grab that. He'll move that over to Galarraga, and that will be a 1-4-3 twin killing. As Montreal gets out of the inning, still very much within striking distance after 3. Top of the fourth now, and we've got the heart of Montreal's order coming up next. Top of the fourth coming up, as Marquise Grissom steps back into the batter's box. He grounded out his first time up. Zane Smith still nursing a 1-0 lead with a 1-hit ball so far. Smith waits for the sign from Grissom and the pitch. That's a patient 68. I don't think Grissom is that patient against a lefty. Nope, that's going to get grounded to second, where Jose Lynn will grab that, flip it over to first, flip it over to Varsho at first, and that'll be a nice easy ground ball to start the fourth inning. Ivan Calderon will step into the batter's box next. He popped out his first time up, popped out to short. Fans at Three Rivers Stadium hoping for another good pitch. Smith waits for the sign and the pitch. Pull that through. That's not a good pitch, because that's a ballpark check. 17 is going to turn into a wheelhouse against a lefty. Calderon has a very good chance here against a lefty to tie the game with one swing of his bat. And he will easily do it. Boom! That ball is hit high. That ball is deep to center field, and I'm pretty sure that's not going to come down for quite a while. Home run, Ivan Calderon. And with one swing of the bat, Montreal has tied this game at 1. Stadium groans. Urgh. And that will bring Tim Wallach up after Calderon gets to go touch them all. Wallach reached with a single back in the second. Smith trying to settle it down here now. Waits for the sign from Lavaliere and the pitch. 4 is a tough 83. He'll come back and get a ground ball to short, where Bell will wait for that. He'll flip it over to first, and that'll be 2 away. Which will bring Galarraga up to the plate. He reached on a fielder's choice back in the second. Galarraga looks for Galarraga waits for the pitch from Smith, and here it comes. 5 is a tough 95. That will get flied to left field, where Bonds will wait for it. He'll pull it in, and that'll be the end of the inning. So just a solo bomb from Ivan Calderon to tie this game up at 1 apiece. Heading into the bottom of the fourth now, as Bobby Bonilla will lead us off. He got a double his first time up. Boyd waits for the sign and the pitch. 5 is an in-play 51. Bobby Bonilla was batting, well, either way, he would be too high on that. That'll be grounded to third, where Wallach will grab that, flip it over to Galarraga, and that'll be 1 out. I've got to remember with these switch hitters that I've got to declare what side they're batting. Here's Barry Bonds, who grounded out his first time up against Boyd. Boyd looks in at the sign for the pitch. 5 is an in-play 54. In-play 54 for Bonds is going to be just a bit too high. That'll get grounded once again to third, where lather, rinse, and repeat. Wallach will move that over to Galarraga, and we'll find ourselves with 2 away just like that. Jeff King stepping into the batter's box next. He struck out looking his first time up. Fans here in Pittsburgh hoping for a good at bat. Boyd looking for the offering, and here's the pitch. 4 will be a patient 15, and against the righty, I should say, 15, he'll be patient enough to get a walk out of that. So that'll be a 2-out walk for Jeff King. As Lavalier will step into the batter's box next. He reached with a walk as well back in the second. Fans at Three Rivers Stadium now hoping for a good at-bat. Obviously, sacrifice is not an option. So Boyd will look into Santovenia for the sign, and here's the pitch. 5 will be an in-play 16. In-play 16 against a righty. That's going to be a single. Let's see what happens with King at first. Grounder up the middle to center field. Runner on first advances 2 bases. So he'll end up at third. And Lavalier, being hitter 7, will end up at second with 2 out. Jose Lind coming up now. Maybe not the best guy in the world, although he did get a single his first time up. Boyd trying to settle it down here. Fans at Three Rivers Stadium are starting to stir as they've suddenly got the go-ahead run 90 feet away. Boyd looks in for the sign, and here's the pitch. 9 is a tough 51. Against a righty, that'll be just a touch too high. That'll get grounded over to third. Wallach will flip that over to Galarraga, and that will end the inning. So the Pirates get the go-ahead run 90 feet away, but they strand him there. And the score remains tied after 4. Top of the 5th now, as the middle of the Montreal order is due up next. Smith finishes his warm-up tosses to get ready to start as he gets ready to start the top of the 5th. With Dave Martinez coming up to the plate, he reached on a fielder's choice back in the second. Fans in Pittsburgh are hoping for another good pitch. Smith is getting ready to make it. Let's see what he does with it. 10 is a patient 37. Against a lefty, Martinez will be patient enough to work a single out of that. So Martinez will lead the inning off with a single, and he'll reach base. That'll bring Santovenia up to the plate, who grounded out his first time up. Grounding out could be dangerous here, although he hits into a lot of double plays, so this could be a very dangerous situation. They might actually even bunt him. They might even try to bunt him, have him bunt. No, I think he's going to swing away. Smith will make the pitch. 9 is an in-play 10. In-play 10 against a lefty. That's going to be a single. Let's see what happens with Martinez on a single. Long single into the gap to center field, where Bonilla, I believe, is a center fielder. Nope, it's Van Slyke, won't get to it. Runner on first advances first base plus. So Martinez will advance to second. Where's the advance plus? There's probably something on here. Roll 2d6 and compare the total lead runner's run and fielder's arm. So the arm he'd be challenging is the center fielder. That's Bonilla's arm. No, that's Van Slyke's arm. His arm is a 4. Dave Martinez's base running is a 7. If it's equal to or less than both, he's safe. That's actually a good arm. He's going to stay put. He's going to stay at second. And that'll bring Spike Owen up to the plate. That'll be another, I think we said that was another single, right? 9 was an in-play 10, yes. Actually, yes, in-play 10 is a single. So all of a sudden, the Expos have both the lead runners on, both the leadoff men on, and nobody out. Is there something about the infield moving into double play depth? All right, well, the infielders are basically going to be playing for the double play here. So we've got Spike Owen due up. He is 0 for 1. He struck out swinging his first time up. Fans at Three Rivers Stadium are getting a little bit nervous with runners at first and second and nobody out. Smith will make the pitch. 11 is a ballpark check. Fortunately for them, 66 he would have batted righty on that. Fortunately, 66 is too high, so that'll be an in-play check for Owen. An 18, though, that's going to be a single. That'll be a long single into the gap into center field, where Van Slyke will once again not be able to get to that. Runner on first advances a base. Runner on second advances one base. Once again, he'd be challenging the center fielder's arm. So I think they're just going to load the bases with nobody out. Let's see if the Pirates can do anything with this. The infielder's going to play in here to try to keep the run from scoring, so the Pirates can't take the lead. Unfortunately, coming to the plate for them is the pitcher, Oil Can Boyd, who he grounded into a... Actually, no, that's another single. Boyd grounded out his first time up, but there's at least nobody out at this point, so fans are very nervous right now at Three Rivers Stadium. So here's the pitch. 7 is an in-play 4. In-play 4, that's going to be a single. So Boyd's going to help his own cause. Let's see how much he helps his cause. Grounded up the middle, where Van Slyke's going to have to come in to get that. Wow, runner on second scores, first advances 2 bases. So Martinez is going to come in to score, as will Santavanilla. Spike Owen is going to go to third. And Boyd helping out his own cause with a 2 RBI single. And it will all of a sudden be 3-1 Montreal. Stadium barfs. Blech. Smith cannot believe he gave up a 2 RBI single to his counterpart pitcher. He is not happy about that at all, and to make matters worse, there's still nobody out, as DeShields is now... Let me make sure I got the order straight. Nope, okay. As DeShields comes up to the plate, he's 0 for 2. He struck out back in the third and grounded out in the first. Pirates fans are not happy at all. They're hoping for a good pitch. Let's see what Smith is able to do with DeShields now. 6 is a tough 95. 95 will be skied to right. So that's going to be an F9. There's got to be an option for a sacrifice fly here. Probably challenging the arm on this one. I think that's how we're going to do it. I think we're going to... The result was wheelhouse or patient. I don't think it was, though. No, it was a tough. So I think scores of his run rating is 7 or higher and has a chance to attempt. Runner is Owen. He could attempt if it's a 6. Reduce the run rating was by 2. He's not going to try to score. That was tough to start the at-bat. So that'll bring Grissom up to the plate. He is 0 for 2. He's grounded out twice. Fans at Three Rivers Stadium hoping to keep the damage to just 2 runs in the inning. Smith will look in and he'll make the pitch. Wheelhouse is not helpful, but a 99, fortunately, will be an in-play check. So Grissom thought he had one, but he couldn't get a hold of it. So let's see what he does with it instead. 78 is going to be flied to center. That's a Wheelhouse check. That's a Wheelhouse, so now I believe it's a possible attempt to score. So it's F8. Let's see, the outfielder there is Van Slyke. Arm is a 4. Runner there is Owen. He's a 6. He's going to try it. With 2 outs, there's really no harm in trying it. So if it's less than, I believe if it's less than either one of these, the runner is safe. Yes, equal to or less than both, the runner is safe. So we'll see what happens here. That's a 5, which I believe is going to split the difference. It's greater than 1. Roll the percentile and refer to the chart. So let's see if Spike Owen is able to score. That's a 70. He does score. He'll come in on the sacrifice fly. And that'll be an RBI sacrifice fly for Marquise Grissom. And just like that, it is now 4-1 Montreal. Stadium is not happy with that development. Spike Owen goes there. Boyd is still on at... Boyd will stay put at first. Just rearranging the magnets here. Ivan Calderon coming up to the plate now. He hit the solo bomb back in the 4th. Fans at Three Rivers Stadium are hoping for a good pitch to hopefully keep this a 3-run game. We're going to get activity in the Pittsburgh bullpen, though. As who are they going to get warming up? They're going to get Neil Heaton, another lefty, loose in the bullpen. Let's make sure I turn the dial here. It's now 4-1 Expos, as Smith is looking at Lavaliere for the offering, and here's the pitch. Calderon. 8 is an in-play 67. I think in-play is too high against the lefty. Yep, 67 will be skied to right. Where Bonilla will wait for that. He'll pull it down and make the play. So the Expos explode for 3 runs in the top of the 5th to take a 4-1 lead. As now we find ourselves in the bottom of the 5th. Oil Can Boyd was looking panicked earlier, but now he's suddenly got a 3-run lead to work with. Stepping into the batter's box first will be the pitcher, Zane Smith. And I think they're going to let him bat. Even though he grounded into a double play his first time up back in the 2nd. Boyd will make the pitch. That will be a patient 7. Boyd will work a walk out of that. Or not Boyd. Smith will work a walk out of that. So he'll reach with... So the leadoff man will work a walk out of the at-bat, as the top of the Pittsburgh order will come back up. Gary Varsho's up next. He struck out and grounded out his first 2 times up. Boyd looks in with the sign for the pitch. 6 is a tough 49 against a righty, tough 49. He's going to work a single out of that, though. Blooped into right field. Runner will advance 1 base. So Boyd will move to first, or Smith will move to first. Second. Varsho will reach first with a single, and just like that, now the Pirates suddenly have something going on here. Jay Bell coming to the plate next. He is 2 for 2. He's got 2 singles on the day. Boyd looking a little bit nervous, waiting for the pitch. 6 is a tough 62. Tough 62 will be just a touch too high. That'll be skied to right field. Where Grissom will wait for that. He'll pull it in, and that'll be the first out of the inning. Boyd trying to get out of the inning with no damage done. Van Slyke up next. He reached on a fielder's choice and bounced into a double play his first 2 times up. Let's see what Boyd can do with this. Fans at Three Rivers Stadium would like to see a good at-bat. Boyd with the pitch. 10 is an in-play 85. That's not a good one. That's grounded to second. 6, 5. 5 or less is a double play. So, 85. Yep, so it's grounded, so it's going to be 4. 5 or less is a double play. That will not be a double play. So Boyd will end up at third, and DeShield will take it to the bag himself for the fielder's choice. There'll be 2 away as Van Slyke will reach base with a 2-out single, or with a 2-out fielder's choice. Varsho is right there. Okay, Bobby Bonilla due up next. He's got a double, and he grounded out his last time up. Fans at Three River Stadium still hoping for that good at-bat. Boyd looks in for the sign and the pitch. 4 is a patient 19. He's probably patient enough to work something out of that. He was batting righty, so he'll work a walk out of that and load the bases. This is potentially very dangerous for Barry Bonds, who is 0 for 2. He's grounded out twice today, but he's got very good power out of this. We'll see what Boyd can do with Bonds. Here's the pitch. 5 is an in-play 2. That's going to be a double. Deep drive off the left field wall. Runners will advance 2 bases. So Boyd will come in to score, as will Van Slyke. Bonilla will end up at third, and Bonds will end up with a 2-out double, will end up with a 2-out RBI double. Bonilla worked a walk. Bonds got a double, a 2 RBI double, and it's now 4-3. Stadium cheers. Yay! Boyd now looking a little bit nervous up on the hill. Andy Van Slyke. So Smith will go back to the bottom of the order. Van Slyke. Okay. Now that we've got that sorted out, Jeff King stepping into the box next. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk today. Boyd trying to get out of this inning with just the 2 runs. King waits for the offering, and here's the pitch. 5 is an in-play 14. That's not going to get him out of the inning. That'll be a single. Grounder up the middle. Runners on first and second advance 1 base. Bonilla probably would score and tie this game. Bonds will end up at third. And just like that, we've got runners on the corner with 2 outs and a tie game. Stadium cheers. Yay! Again, I'm not doing it as well as RJL Network, I'm sure. King reaches with a 2-out single. Bonilla. Okay. Lavalier stepping into the batter's box next. He is 1 for 1 with a walk and a single today. Fans at Three River Stadium hoping that the Pirates take the lead here. Boyd will make the pitch. 10 is an in-play 97. They won't take the lead there. That'll get popped up to right field, where Grissom will wait for it. He'll make the catch and finally end the inning. So just as easily as the Expos ended up with a 3-run lead, the Giants come right back and tie this game right back up. Bonds was 5th, King 6th. Okay. Now that we've got that sorted out, we're getting ready for the top of the 6th with an all of a sudden tie game. It would help if I update my dials. And Montreal will have the heart of their order due up next. Zane Smith is going to be done in a tie game. Coming in to pitch for Pittsburgh will be Neil Heaton, a lefty. He had 34 strikeouts on 68 innings pitched in 91. We're also going to get some activity in the Montreal bullpen. I'm looking who they're going to start getting loose. Montreal's going to get Steve Fry loose in their bullpen as well. As Tim Wallach is due up first to lead off the top of the 6th. He's 1 for 2 with a single today. Neil Heaton looks in on Lavaliere for the sign, and here's the pitch. Bring that out. That's a tough 7, which will be a swinging strike 3. The splitter will baffle Wallach, and there will be 1 away just like that. I'll reset these. And that'll bring Galarraga back up to the plate. He's 0 for 2. He reached on a fielder's choice back in the 2nd. Heaton will wait for the sign and the pitch. 8 will be an in-play 11. Against the lefty, that's going to be a single. Galarraga is hitter number 5. Okay. So that'll be a single for Galarraga. That'll bring Dave Martinez up to the plate. He's 1 for 2 with a single of his own. Heaton is trying to get out, is wanting to keep this damage to a minimum. Here's the pitch. 10 is a tough 21. That'll be a much needed strikeout. That'll be a called third strike on the outside corner. 2 away for Santo Vania. He had a single his first time up. Fans at Three Rivers Stadium hoping to see a good pitch to keep this a tie game. Heaton looks in Lavaliere for the offering, and here's the pitch. 9 is a tough 51 against a lefty. 51. That'll be grounded over to third, where King will get that. He'll move that over to Varsho, and that'll be the inning. So a 1-out single for the Expos, but they're not able to do anything with it, and the score remains 4-all. Galarraga, Martinez, Santovenia. Okay. We get ready for the bottom of the 6th now as the Pirates are getting ready to come to bat. They've had actually they just brought in their, never mind. Okay, so Boyd is actually going to come out of the game as well. Coming in to pitch for the Expos will be Steve Fry, who is warming up for them. He's a lefty with 21 strikeouts on 39 innings pitched in 31 games with a save. He'll be charged with keeping the... We'll get the right batter card in there for Heaton. He bats off card 13. Okay. Now that we've got that set, Lind steps into the batter's box. He's 1 for 2 with a single. Fry trying to keep this a tie game, as he'll wait for the offering, and here's the pitch. 9 will be a tough 5. That should be a strikeout. That will be indeed a strikeout, as Fry will blow the heat right by him for 1 away. Neil Heaton due up first. We had to swap out the hitting card. Fry looking for the pitch. 9 is a tough 99. 99, that'll be skied to left field, where Calderon will wait for that. He'll pull it in for 2 out. That'll bring the top of the Pittsburgh order back up for Gary Varsho. 1 for 3 with a single tonight. Varsho waits for the offering from Fry and the pitch. That'll be a defense check. Let's see who we're checking. Defense, we're checking the range of the shortstop. So for Montreal, the shortstop is Owen. His range is a C. So on a percentile, 1 to 46 and up, he'll make the play. And he's got it. Makes a diving stop, flips it over to first. That'll end the inning. 1, 2, 3 will go the Pirates. After 6, the score remains 4-all. Heading into the top of the 7th next, and we've got the bottom of Montreal's order due up next. Spike Owen is coming up first to start the inning for Montreal. He has a single and a strikeout tonight as Heaton finishes his warm-up tosses. Spike Owen takes his spot in the batter's box, and here's the pitch. 5 is a tough 44. He was batting righty, I guess. It actually doesn't matter which side he's batting. It's against a left-handed pitcher. That's a tough 44. He'll work a single out of that, though. Owen will reach and we'll get the leadoff man on base. As Heaton steps up to the plate for his first time up. He's a bunt of... doesn't say what kind of a bunt rating he is. So we'll try to make a... so Heaton's going to try to make a sacrifice bunt here to try to get Owens over to second. Uh-oh, now we need to know what... oh, I think it's a D. He's going to bunt right into a double play. Do we check for that as normal on a sacrifice bunt? Yep. So he just bunted that. He bunted that way too hard. But the catcher actually got to it too quickly. So that was Santo Vania who got to it quickly. He'll move it up to the Shields, flip it over to Galarraga for a 2-4-3 double play. And just like that, we've got 2 outs in the inning, as the top of Montreal's order is now due up once again. DeShields now steps into the batter's box. DeShields is 0 for 3. He's struck out and flown out twice tonight. Heaton looking in. Actually, I think I was checking on... I should have been checking on Fry's card. Hang on. He's a D. Yeah, he still would have bunted into a double play, so never mind. Okay, let me grab my other D6. As I was saying, DeShields is 0 for 3. He struck out and flown out twice. Let's see what Heaton's able to do here with the pitch. 4 is a ballpark check. He's a lefty. Fortunately, that's an in-play check. A 44 is just a touch too high. DeShields will roll on an in-play. A 72 is probably also too high. Yep, that'll be grounded over to short. Where Bell grabbed that, he'll flip it over to... he'll flip it over to Varsho at first, and that will retire the side. 1, 2, 3 will go the Expos, and that brings us to the 7th inning stretch. I was doing a lot of stretching earlier as I did DDPY, so I'm pretty much good on that. But heading into the bottom of the 7th now, we've got the heart of Pittsburgh's order due up. Jay Bell is up first. He's 2 for 3 with 2 singles, facing Steve Fry. Here's the pitch. Let's see. 5 will be a patient 69. I don't think he's that... oh, yes, he is going to be that patient to work a single out of that. Jay Bell is batter 2. So that'll be a leadoff single for the Pirates. Hopefully the Expos won't get in their kind of trouble as... won't get into the same trouble with the Expos as they batted into a double play. Or they bunted into a double play. Fortunately for them, Van Slyke has got way too much power. He's going to swing away. Fry looking nervous. We'll see what the Pirates can do with this pitch. 5 is a patient 2. What he'll do with the patient 2, is work a walk out of that. So all of a sudden, the Pirates have a lot going with nobody out. That'll bring Bobby Bonilla up to the plate, who he's 1 for 2 with a double and a walk tonight. The catcher, Santo Bonilla, going out to try to tell Fry to calm down. Bonilla waits for the offering, and here's the pitch. 10 is an in-play 26. In-play 26 is going to be enough for a single. Let's see what happens here. Long single into the gap to center field. So once again, center fielder is Martinez. He won't get to this. Everybody will advance a base. And just like that, the bases are loaded with nobody out. The infield now has got to come in for Barry Bonds. Try to prevent the run from scoring. So, Barry Bonds, though, he's 1 for 3. He had a double back in the 5th. This would be a great time for him to explode out of the gate. Let's see what Bonds is able to do with the offering from Fry. As Santo Bonilla makes a beeline to the hill to tell him to calm down, to tell Fry to calm down and try to get out of this inning. Make a good pitch. The infield is in. The pitch. Defense check. Let's see who we're checking on defense this time. Possible error on the first baseman. First baseman for Montreal is Galarraga. His error rating is a 2. So error rating is a 2, so a 50 and up, he'll make the play. A 75, he's got that. Now let's see if we can turn the double play with this. Actually, that's a infield in. I thought I was saying something about checking for a double play at home. So Galarraga's got it. Infield in. Reroll the 2d6. The bases are loaded and the 2d6 roll is 2 to 5, so we got to reroll for that. That's a 2d6. 5 is going to be a runner on third out at the plate, batter out at first for a double play. So they're going to get a 1-2-3 double play. Or a 2-3 double play actually. For 2 out. So Bell will be out. Slyke and Vanilla will advance. But there will be 2 out in the inning. That will bring King up. Who King is 1 for 2 with a strikeout, a single, and a walk. Fans in Pittsburgh hoping for a good at-bat for King. So let's see what happens with the pitch. 7 is a patient 52. Patient 52 against a lefty. He'll work a walk out of that and load the bases. And we're going to get more activity here in the Montreal bullpen as they're getting ready for another reliever to come in. They're going to get Tim Burke loose in the bullpen. Mike Lavaliere is coming up to the plate. He is 1 for 2 with a single and a walk. Fans at Three Rivers hoping for a good pitch, hoping for a good at-bat. 5 with the offering. 10 is an in-play 68. I think 68 is going to be just a touch too high. That'll be plenty too high. That'll get grounded over to short, where Spike Owen will grab that. He'll flip it over to Galarraga, and that will retire the side. The Pirates leave him loaded in the 7th. And after 7, score is still tied at 4. Fans at Three Rivers aren't happy, but they're witnessing one hell of a game tonight. That'll bring us into the top of the 8th, where for Montreal, they're going to be bringing the heart of their order up next. Heaton finishes his warm-up tosses, but we're also going to get some activity going in the Pittsburgh bullpen once again, as they're going to get Bob Kipper loosening up. Heaton's trying to keep this a tie game. As Marquise Grissom steps into the batter's box, he's 0 for 3. Grounded out twice and had a sac fly back in the 5th. Heaton waits for the sign from Lavaliere in the pitch. 8 is an in-play 90. 90 is going to be too high. That's going to get grounded over to short, where Bell will wait for that. He'll flip it over to first. And 1 out. Calderon coming into the batter's box next. He had this solo home run that started Montreal's scoring back in the 4th. Keaton will wait for the sign, and here's the pitch. 9 is a tough 67. Tough 67 versus a lefty. That'll get skied to right field, where Bonilla will wait for that. And he'll make the catch for 2 away. Tim Wallach coming to the plate next. He has a single, a ground out, and a strikeout tonight. Heaton hoping to make a good pitch here. Here's the offering. 3 is a defense check. Let's see who we're checking. Error on the first baseman. Pittsburgh's first baseman is Varsho. His error rating is a 5. He did not make a lot of errors. 20 and up, he'll make the play. 50 says he's got that nice and clean. He'll take it over to the bag himself. And 1, 2, 3 will go the Expos in the top of the 8th. Bottom of the 8th coming up. It would help if I stopped dropping dice. Jose Lind is due up first for for the Pirates. He's 1 for 3 with a single and a strikeout. Let's see what Fry can do with this one. Here's the pitch. 6 is an in-play 76. 76 is probably going to be too high. That'll get flied to center field, where Martinez will wait for that. He'll pull it in, and there will be one away. And then the pitcher's spot is due up, but they're not going to let him hit. Who are they going to bring in against the lefty? They're going to bring in Mitch Webster to pinch hit in the 8th. Make some notes here. Mitch Webster will come in to pinch hit. He's got, well, decent-ish wheelhouse power. Let's see what Fry can do with this. Here's the pitch. 7 is a patient 6. Webster will be patient enough to work a walk out of that. So he'll reach with a 1-out walk. And that'll bring the top of the Pittsburgh order back up. Varsho will coming in. He's 1 for 4 with a single tonight. Fans at Three River Stadium hoping for a... He's not going to try to bunt. A D rating is a pretty bad bunt, so let's see what happens here. Varsho will swing away. Here's the pitch. 9 is a tough 86. Maybe he should have bunted. That'll be grounded to second. 8, 5, 5 or less is a double play. Montreal will not get out of the inning, but they will get the fielder's choice. As that'll be grounded to second. That'll be a U4 fielder's choice. 2 away. As Varsho will reach and Jay Bell will step into the batter's box. Jay Bell is 3 for 4 with 3 singles tonight. Fry trying to get out of the inning without any runs scored. So here's the pitch. 5 is a patient 72, but I don't think he's that patient against the lefty. 72, actually he's going to be patient enough to get a single out of that. So let's see what happens with the single. Soft blooper into short right field. Runner on first advances 1 base. So Varsho will end up at second. Bell will end up at first with a 2-out single, with potential for Van Slyke to do some damage. He is 1 for 4 with a single. Let's see if Van Slyke can put the Pirates ahead. Fry waits for the offering, and here's the pitch. 5 is a patient 40. He might be patient enough to do some damage with that. Nope, he'll be patient enough to work a walk out of that, though. And just like that, the bases are loaded as the Expos find themselves in a familiar and highly dangerous situation with Bobby Bonilla coming up to the plate. Bobby Bonilla has a single, a double, and a walk tonight. This would be a great time for Fry to make a great pitch, but Three Rivers Stadium is hoping for a great bat, a great hit from Bobby Bonilla. Fry waits for the offering, and here's the pitch. Bring that back out nice and clean. 8's going to be a tough 89. That won't be a good at-bat. That'll be grounded over to short, where Owen will grab that. He'll move it over to Galarraga at first, and the Pirates will once again leave the bases loaded. After 8, we are all knotted up at 4 as we get ready for the top of the 9th with the middle of Montreal's order due up. Coming in to pitch for the Pirates will be Bob Kipper. Gave up 7 homers, had 38 strikeouts on 60 innings pitched in 1991. Would somebody like to win this game tonight? Hopefully somebody would like to win this game because I don't want to be up all night trying to make this video. But coming up to the plate will be Andres Galarraga. He's 1 for 3 with a single. Kipper will wait for the offering. Kipper will wait for the sign, and here's the pitch. 3 will be a patient 22 against the lefty. Patient 22. Galarraga is going to end up with a leadoff triple. Maybe the Expos do want to win this game. That will be a leadoff triple for Galarraga. Dave Martinez coming up to the plate next. He's 1 for 3 with a single and a strikeout, and he reached on a fielder's choice back in the second. There's a temptation for a squeeze play, but I'm not going to try it here. So Martinez will just swing away. Here's the pitch. 10 is a wheelhouse check. 10 is a wheelhouse check. 34 against a lefty. That'll be enough for a single. So Martinez will reach with a single of his own. Galarraga will score. I probably should have played the corners, played the infield in to prevent the run from scoring. But too late for that now. It will be 5-4 Expos. Stadium groans. Ugh. So Martinez will reach with a leadoff with an RBI single. And still nobody out for Santo Vania, who is 1 for 3 with a single. Kipper trying to keep it calm after that. Here's the pitch. 3 is a patient 99. That'll be flied to left. Where Bonds will wait for that. He'll make the catch. And there'll be 1 out. Next up will be Spike Owen, who is 2 for 3 with 2 singles and a strikeout. Kipper waits for the sign, and here's the pitch. 8 is a tough 17. That'll be a swinging strike 3 as Owens tries to do too much with it. Two away for the pitcher. Burke is ready to come into the game, so Montreal is going to pinch hit. Coming into bat for the Expos will be Mike Fitzgerald. He had 3 homers against left-handed pitching. Ninth is Mike Fitzgerald. All right, Pittsburgh 8th. So the pinch hitter. This will be a pinch hitter. Okay. Kipper will make the pitch. 7 is a tough 84. An 84. Tough 84 will be grounded to short. Where Bell will wait for that. He'll flip it over to Varsho at first, and that will be your out. But the Expos now have a 1-run lead. But time to ask the age-old question, will we see some 9th inning magic? The Expos are hoping not. Okay, so we compiled stats for Steve Frey coming into pitch. Will be Tim Burke, who had 25 strikeouts on... Yep, he's still part of the Expos. I was making sure that, because he looks like he did get traded. So, leading off will be Barry Bonds in the 9th. He had a double back in the 5th, but otherwise he's been largely quiet tonight. Burke will wait for the sign, and here's the pitch. 7 will be an in-play 21. In-play 21 against a righty. That's going to be a leadoff single. Not what you want to see when you're the Expos trying to close this game out. Up next will be Jeff King, who King is 1 for 2 with a strikeout, with a single and 2 walks. Here's the offering from Burke at Three River Stadium, starting to buzz on getting the tying run onto first. 6 is an in-play 81. That'll be skied to center field, where Martinez will wait for that. He'll pull it down. So Bonds ended up with a single. As we skied to center, there will be 1 out all of a sudden in the inning. Mike Lavaliere coming up next. He is 1 for 4 with a single. Actually, he's 1 for 3 with a single and a walk. Burke looking in for the pitch. 5 is a patient 37. Against a righty, a patient 37 will be enough for a walk. So all of a sudden, the Pirates now have the winning run. The Pirates now have the winning run on on base. Jose Lynn's job is to try to get the runners closer. He's a pretty good bunter, though. I think he's going to try the bunt. He's going to try to bunt. He's an A bunt. We need to get the lead off the run closer, so let's see what happens here. He'll make the sacrifice on that. It'll be bunted to the catcher just enough that the runners will be able to advance. And there'll be two away as Bonds and Lavaliere will both move up a base. And with the pitcher's spot due up, the Pirates are going to pinch hit. Who are they going to bring in to pinch hit? They're going to bring in... I saw who I wanted to bring in earlier. Here we go. Pirates are going to bring in Orlando Merced to pinch hit, who has pretty good power against a righty. So this will be a pinch hitter. Pirates faithful is buzzing. There's 2 outs, but this is going to be probably a dramatic ninth inning end of the game. Burke looks for the sign in the pitch. Yep. We'll put the 1's D10 through the dice tower. 8 is a tough 89. That'll be grounded over to short, where Owen will grab that. He'll pump once, pump twice, throw it over to first. That, ladies and gentlemen, will be your ball game with a 6-3 putout. The Expos will escape this one with a 5-4 victory. I'll go ahead and compile my stats here. 1 inning pitched, 1 hit, no runs, 1 walk, no strikeouts, all quiet. Let's see, 12, 13 hits for... Bob Kipper worked the 9th. 2 hits, 1 run, 1 earned, no walks, 1 strikeout. 10. So Montreal wins this game 5-4 on 10 hits and no errors. Pittsburgh had 4 runs on 13 hits and no errors. But of course, we're not done yet because we've got our ticker games once again. Once I get this cleaned up, we'll be back with the Downey Games Ultra Quick Baseball ticker. The Expos managed to escape Pittsburgh as they pick up a 5-4 win over the Pirates. Hang on. I gotta flip that. So, Steve Fry will end up with the win, Neil Heaton will eat the loss, and Tim Burke will end up with the save. But of course we're not done yet because now it's time to run the ticker to see how the rest of the majors does. It's April 10th, 1991. We're going to run the Downey Ultra Quick Baseball ticker first. I'm still evaluating my tickers. First up, we've got the Dodgers and the Braves. As usual, we'll be using pink for the visitors, yellow for the home team. Dodgers, 033 is 4. Braves, T43. T43 is 5. That will be a win for the Braves. White Sox in Baltimore playing the Orioles. Oop. There goes that die. That's not what I wanted to have happen. White Sox, 026. 026 is 3. Orioles, 043 is 4. That will be a win for the Orioles. Cardinals and the Cubs. Cardinals, M63. M63 is 6. Cubs, P62 is also 6. They'll have extras. Actually, they'll have pressure first. And I don't think either one of them wants to win the game in this case. Cardinals, I-34. I-33, they won't score. Cubs, F-33, I'm almost certain they won't either. Nope, so we go to extras. Cardinals, I-53. I-53, they'll pick up a run. Cubs, F-22 will not, and the Cardinals will pick that one up in 10 innings. Astros and the Reds. Houston, M-22 is 2. Reds, O-15. O-15 is also 2. They will have a pressure situation. Astros, C-55. They'll pick up a run in the bottom of the ninth, in the top of the ninth. Reds, E-16 won't pick up a run. That'll be a win for the Astros. Yankees and the Tigers. Yankees, M-55. Oop. Right chart, Phoenix. M-55 is 4. Tigers, O-24 is 3. That will be a win for the Yankees. Indians and the Royals. Indians, K-23 is our first ever big game. So we've got another chart to roll on for that. Oop. Actually, I should have just rolled that, but I'll take that second roll for the... All right, so Cleveland rolled a 41 on the big game chart. They go 2 columns over and re-roll. So they're going to column M. M45 is now 4. Royals, N55. N55 is 5. That'll be a win for the Royals. Phillies and the Mets. Phillies, O45 is 4. Mets, N35 is 3. That will be a win for the Phillies. Twins and the Athletics. Twins, P22 is 3. Athletics, Q53. Q53 is 5. That will be a win for the Athletics at home. Giants and the Padres. San Francisco, N22 is 2. Pirates, M35. M35 is 3. That will be a win for the Padres. California and the Mariners. Angels, O14. O14 is 2. Mariners, P12 is 1. That'll be a win for the Angels. Brewers and the Rangers. This was when Milwaukee was still in the American League. Brewers, O35 is 4, just missing a big game. Rangers, Q15 is 3. That will be a win for the Brewers. Red Sox and the Blue Jays. Boston, B34. That does not seem right. Well, B34 is 1. I guess we'll go with it. Blue Jays, O66. Blue Jays are probably going to clobber the Red Sox here. Yep, 9. That will be a win for the Blue Jays. That's it for the Ultra Quick Baseball Ticker Test. Now let's go to Fast Score Baseball. For Baseball Ticker, I think I'm liking Fast Score a little bit better, but I'm trying to get practice with both because I know there are some other games where I'll need the Downy ticker. And I may alternate between the two. If I end up pulling the trigger on a replay project, one season I may use Fast Score for the ticker, another I may use Downy, just to kind of rotate it out a little bit, so I want to get practice with both of them. But we're still on April 10th. We're into the Fast Score ticker now. White Sox and the Orioles. Chicago, 1746. That is 6. Orioles, 1125. 1125 is 3. That's a win for the White Sox. Yankees and the Tigers. Yankees, 1141 is 4. Tigers, 1211 is 0. That will be a win for the Yankees. Indians and the Royals. Indians, 461. 461 is 5. Royals, 1163 is 8. That will be a win for the Royals. Twins and the Athletics. Twins, 1621 will be 3. Athletics, 1524 will also be 3. They will have extras. Minnesota will roll a 4 plus 0 is 4. Oakland will roll 4 plus 3 is 7. That'll be a win for the Athletics and extras. Angels and the Mariners. Angels, 563 is 6. Mariners, 1015 is 2. That will be a win for the Angels. Brewers and the Rangers. Brewers, 1841 is 5. Rangers, 1113 is 1. That will be a win for the Brewers. Red Sox and the Blue Jays. Red Sox, 821 is 2. Blue Jays, 1245 is 5. That will be a win for the Blue Jays. Dodgers and the Braves. Pull that die through. Dodgers, 723 is 2. Braves, 764 is 7. That will be a win for the Braves. Cardinals and the Cubs. Cardinals, 643 is 4. Cubs, 713 is 1. That will be a win for the Cardinals. Astros and the Reds. Houston, 123 is 1. Reds, 1425 is 3. That will be a win for the Reds. Phillies and the Mets. Phillies, 433 is 3. Mets, 645 is 4. That will be a win for the Mets, and the Mets will get at least one happy recap. Giants and the Padres. Giants, 514, while that die settles, is 1. Padres, 866 is 9, and the Padres will blow the Giants at home. Blow the Giants out at home. And that will do it for this playthrough of Payoff Pitch Baseball, along with another round of ticker testing. Like I said, for baseball, I'm leaning toward fast score baseball, but I may alternate between the two. Busy weekend coming up on the channel once again. Saturday, Mystical Munchies will continue out of the cooking for Wizards, Warriors, and Dragons cookbook with the side. Baked pears with gorgonzola and candied walnuts. Sunday we'll be playing Sentinels of the Multiverse, along with continuing our top 100 board games of all time countdown with Jester and Higher Ground Gaming. Live on Jester's channel, link to which will be in the description down below. That will also continue on Tuesday. Sunday will be at 8 Eastern, 7 Central, while Tuesday will be at 9 Eastern, 8 Central. Come by and say hi if you can. As for next week, we'll be debuting another new game on the channel as we play G.I. Joe, the deck building game. Thank you for watching the video. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to turn on notifications so you get my content. Be well, stay safe, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and I'll be back with more videos in the future. Until then, take care everyone.